Me.
Standing ovation! Standing ovation! Yeah!
Personages are assembled here today. And I just want to thank Brent Blackwelder for having us over. He's probably with his dad.
Hey, Brent.
Or he's on a conference call. I want to thank Randy Hayes for helping to organize this.
Justin,
That's why there's not very many of us here, and half of us came on a bus. But that doesn't matter, because we have all the people here we wanted, which is our close friends who came by to be part of this bus tour. And so I want to talk about the bus tour, because that is why we're all here. You guys go to DC parties all the time. Some of them are probably even maybe better than this, but probably not many from my experience. But this is about something slightly bigger than a cocktail party. And in a way, it's about something slightly bigger than our bus. And what we're doing is we're trying to bring some focus to the issue of mountaintop removal in West Virginia, and something that needs a little bit more attention. At one time was on the front burner of the environmental movement, now has somehow been pushed on the back. But we're convinced that we really can't say that we're making any progress on climate while we're blowing up million-year-old mountains and the watersheds that provide our water in the most biodiverse place in our country, to sacrifice it for a little bit of coal, just for a little bit more electricity before that time when we have to change over to a cleaner fuel. So this tour is about, let's get it pumped up again. Let's talk about mountaintop removal again. Let's finish this campaign. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit angry. And when you live in West Virginia and when you see mountaintop removal every day, you get angry. It's something that pisses you off. And you wake up every day and it pisses you off. And yet, the farther you get from the area where it's happening, the more remote it is. People turn on their switch, they get their electricity, but they don't really know what's happening when that happens. And really, when you flick that switch, you're actually blowing up a mountain, or you're digging up a trench, or you're fracking something. And so we've got to get this back in people's consciousness. As we move forward, everyone's pretty much agreed that we need a low-carbon future, that we need clean energy. We know this. But they're still doing this extraction. And, the coal industry has had their ups and downs. Right now they have a little bit of a down, but that could go back up. We haven't been able to stop them with environmental regulations because we don't have any environmental regulations to stop them, and that has to change. And we're under the impression that we have that we have laws against mining, or that regulate mining, that we have agencies that do it, that we have courts that uphold those laws, and it's a farce. We don't. And the proof is in the pudding. They're blowing up the Appalachians, they're killing these communities, they're literally ethnically cleansing, they're depopulating millions of acres, across several states on the Cumberland Plateau, simply because everyone lives under some coal. And this is what the people who live under the shale formations are also now finding out, something that people in Appalachia have learned for a long time, that if you're sitting under it, you got a problem, because they want all of it, and they're not going to stop. So we're not going to be able to deal with the climate crisis unless we can deal with this. And if we can't